Hey, everybody. Welcome to Boom Goes the Dynamite After Dark. We are joined by Trey J Styles. We are joined by Mr. Isaacs. We are joined by Canada Dry. And I am, of course, the JFB. And what good is a show if you don't even have a good intro? So, intern, turn the intro on.
Damn interns.
Damn interns. Freaking interns finally got it right the first time.
Oh, it's just a quick little intro that we do.
Yeah, a little quick intro. Dynamite After Dark. Boom goes the dynamite.
Always, I am Canada Dry, blessing you every single Wednesday for this Bible study. Touch your screen.
Touch it.
Receive your blessing today.
All right. We are joined by...
I'm going to do my best just-in-time impression, and so every time you guys do something, I'm going to laugh like... That's what I'm doing. It's the whole time. It's like when you see it.
The Laughatron 6000. We're joined also by Mr. Isaacs. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Tell us, all the listeners and fans out there, who you are and what are you doing here?
What's he doing here?
Well, I am Mr. Isaacs. I am brand new to this network, guesting for the first time. I'm very happy to be here, fellas. I've been on Liam's podcast 3 times now, and I've enjoyed it every time, so thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Let me do a proper introduction for Mr. Isaacs. Mr. Isaacs is effing wrestling's resident expert.
Yes.
So whenever we need to know something, our resident expert, Mr. Isaacs, will tell you. So that's who he is.
So he's got to be on call literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because you never know when we're going to do a show, and you never know when we're going to need an expert.
Yeah.
I'm the expert. I got the nuclear code.
Oh, he's got nuclear codes? And
I got it.
As soon as he said that, he got in trouble. Like, he can't say that. Okay? Watching.
All right. So before we get started going over the run sheet for for Dynamite After Dark, let's we have a friend. He's Scottish. He's full of piss. He's full of vinegar. He's full of fish and chips, haggis. He is from Scotland. We call him haggis. Yeah, haggis. So Canada Dry, you ready to make the phone call?
Yeah.
Mind you, it's 3:00 in the morning in Scotland, so this is going to be fun. Here we go. You ready?
Hey, Haney, guess what? You're on the All Effing Wrestling Show.
Seriously, dude? This again? It's not funny anymore. Piss off.
Oh, there's nothing better than waking up an irritable Scotsman at 3:00 in the morning.
He was going to tell me to piss off, but I told him to piss off before.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. You got it in before he did.
He's
So,
just NXT UK just shut down.
So let's get into Dynamite. Hey, Justin, the original OG Laughatron 3000.
Yeah.
With
the Laughatron 6000.
Yeah, with his 4.0 upgrade, software upgrade. Joseph Graham's in the house. Noob and company, man.
Noob.
Welcome. We love Noob. Every morning he wishes us a good morning, and it's always good to have a familiar, friendly face amongst the crowd. So let's get right into it. We didn't start off hot with a match. Oh, no. We started with CM Punk coming out and calling out Hangman Page, of all people, asking for if he wants a rematch, and then turns around and says that he's a cowboy. That's coward shit, not cowboy shit. He calls out Moxley, and sure freaking enough, Moxley, and then as Moxley's doing his thing, coming through the crowd and in the stadium, Punk goes, "Hey, I got some time before he eventually gets to the ring." And they went after it. And I mean, Punk started cutting a heel promo, and then Moxley comes out, cuts a promo, and the best line from that promo was, "You're only in AEW because you ran out of money."
That's all he had. Then he had nothing.
And then they go at it. So what do we think? Is that's a good way to open a show, is just by a confrontation in violence. That's how I like to start my day. Confrontation, and then I choose violence for the day.
If I can start with this one, this as a whole was probably the best storyline AEW Dynamite I have ever seen from start to finish. And this right here was the perfect way to start off this episode.
Yeah. Absolutely. Mr.
Yeah,
Isaacs, what do you think?
I absolutely love this promo. I love this opening. I was a little skeptical whenever they went with Moxley over Jericho. I was like, well, they need a heel for this and someone who can get on the mic and cut a good heel promo. But it almost kind of looks like that's what they're doing with Punk and kind of making him tweener and Moxley the baby face here. I thought it was great, man. This was a great build. This got me hyped for their match.
Yeah. And we don't even have to wait to All Out. That's Wednesday.
Crazy. That is absolutely crazy to
Next
me.
Wednesday, it's champ versus champ.
So is there going to be a rematch at All Out? Maybe that's what they're maybe going for.
I have a feeling what's going to happen is going to be a schmoz finish. So that way they don't have to concede to one person being over the other, and then we'll have the rematch at All Out. But
I feel like it's going to be something different. I feel like we're going to get a person whose initials are 2/3 of JFB showing up to eventually face off.
MJF.
Talking to you.
Yeah. I would love to see MJF make an appearance. I would love to see MJF because let's be realistic. This whole shoot work crap is done. It's over with. I mean, they have to bring him back. They have to bring MJF back at some point.
Let me just say this. I absolutely loved that CM Punk was obliterating Mox on the mic.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were trying to make him heel or not, but everyone was loving it.
Yeah.
He was so over.
I mean, you saw the crowd turn slightly against Punk,
but then
and he kept saying,
him.
"Yeah, tell me I'm not saying any lies. Tell me I'm saying no lies." And I mean,
and then they're like, "Well, we can't." So,
so we got. Let's start rooting for him again.
He's the third best member of their group, and that seems to be a reoccurring theme.
Yeah. Yes.
Hashtag.
So let's get to our first match of the night. For those in the AFW Prediction League, if you picked the 2 out of 3 fall match as the opening match, you are correct, and you got a point. We got Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia. Jericho obviously comes out before the match. I don't know what the pomp and circumstance was. He sits down at the commentator's booth, which is a folding table with folding chairs, and Steamboat. Let's talk about Steamboat really quick before we get into the match. How good does Ricky Steamboat look for his age? He looks fan-freaking-tastic. It looks like he could jump in the ring
if
right
he
now.
dyed his hair, he would look so much younger.
He's got no
wrinkles. He's got no wrinkles.
The same.
Yeah,
he's in great shape. Yeah.
I don't know what he's taken.
I don't know what Polynesian heritage. It's got.
Yeah, I don't know about those OTC vitamins that he's taking, but he needs to put them in a bottle and sell them online. I'd buy it. I want to look like that when I'm like 97.
You want to look like Ricky Steamboat?
Yeah, I want to look as good as Ricky Steamboat, baby. So,
blood.
Garcia looked strong early. Pretty much through the first fall, they were pretty equal. Obviously, Garcia got the first fall. Danielson got the second, and then Danielson got the third. I will say this. This is the only parting shot I'm going to take on this. Bryan Danielson made Daniel Garcia look like a gazillion freaking dollars. That's how that's how good Danielson is. He made Garcia, who was a great wrestler to begin with, made him look like $1 million. Mr. Isaacs.
Where's my ice cream?
Yeah, where's our ice cream?
Hey, look, I got 2 girls. They got to get their ice cream.
Did you bring enough for everybody?
No.
We just got ice cream given out on the air. That's crazy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Is it CM Punk ice cream?
I wish it was.
Somebody
My
was
wife can actually do the design on the ice cream now, though. She has like this craft machine that can do that. And I'm like,
oh, really?
yeah.
All I know is this: there are people still selling those ice cream bars for about $1,000 online.
Oh, the ones Punk gave out?
Yeah, the ones that they gave, yeah, they're still
You
selling
took
them
home and
online.
hope they froze again.
Wow.
I would say you have to ship them with dry ice at least.
You have
Well, that's why it's $1,000.
Yeah. So, Mr. Isaacs, what did you think of our 2 out of 3 falls match?
I tell you what, The Rock's ex-wife has like really come a long way in his AEW career.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, yeah, I thought it was a great match. It was a technical clinic. I mean, I agree. Bryan Danielson can wrestle a crash test dummy and put on a 5-star clinic of a match. And I knew whenever this match went on first, I knew it was going to be first because it was going to be long as hell.
Right.
Yeah.
It was going to
Definitely.
it was a clinic, man. I absolutely love this match. I love the last match they did. Anytime Danielson opens up Dynamite with a match, it's awesome. And it steals the show.
It's gold, is what it is.
Gold. Yeah.
Trey J, what did you think of Danielson and Garcia?
First of all, that match was like Mr. Isaac said, it was incredible. But there were so many small touches that made that match so good story-wise. Like, first of all, Daniel Garcia getting the first fall and Jericho on commentary saying he just broke the tie. He got the tiebreaker. Because remember, they were 1-1 apiece going into this. And so with him getting the first fall, technically he broke the tie. He won the rubber fall.
Yeah.
And even though he didn't win the match, it's like that's still kind of a good victory. Also, as much as everybody's talking about how good Danielson is, we cannot be remiss on how good Daniel Garcia is. He makes those moves look so crisp, but you can tell the way that he protects Bryan Danielson throughout that match. Yeah. Whether it was the DDT on the floor, whether it was them coming off the top rope, whether it even like the transitions from the submission holds, it was like that really like I can't come up with a better word than clinic, but you know that was an amazing match. It was the best possible way to open up Dynamite, and then the post match story afterwards is also like a really good continuation of something that started months ago before the Blackpool Combat Club even became a thing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Canada Dry, what did you think of the match?
Well, it's hard not to love that match. I've never seen a bad Bryan Danielson match. Daniel Garcia is getting such a good push in AEW. He's doing the work. He's going to be a star sooner than later. I think by next year he'll have some sort of belt around his waist.
Yeah. Now, do we see a possible tear in the fabric of the Jericho Appreciation?
Okay, this is my beef. This is who pissed in my cornflakes.
Okay. Who pissed in your cornflakes?
We need to see another. What is Jericho addicted to these faction problems? Like, why? We don't need that.
Yeah.
Like,
we do.
Dumb.
We
no,
do
we
need it.
Don't. He did it two. He did 2 times in Inner Circle.
Oh, I agree.
He's doing it again. Jeez.
But here's the thing. As soon as Sammy Guevara came back to join the Jericho Appreciation Society, it almost started feeling like Daniel Garcia his days were numbered.
Yeah.
And that's the match I think that's going to put Daniel Garcia over, is him versus Guevara.
Oh, I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be hard pressed not to.
Well, if they're doing this, it's because they're backtracking, maybe, but I don't like it.
Okay, so let's go to our second match. The Varsity Blondes versus the Guns. Yeah. Here's my what the fuck.
Who pissed in your cornflakes?
Reload.
Why do the Guns need a squash match? Why? I get it. You want to set it up for them turning on their dad, him joining the Acclaimed. I get it. Worst kept turn in all of wrestling history. If you didn't see this coming, there's a good chance you're wearing sunglasses and you got a freaking cane and you're tapping the sidewalk trying to walk down the street. That's a squash match? Really? Jeez. All right, let's go. Canada Dry, what did you think of the Varsity Blondes?
Good. Okay, so I thought that this whole thing was dumb.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the Gun Club turning on their dad. I don't want to see any sort of matchups between Gun Club and Acclaimed anymore. Get those guys away from each other. It's enough.
Somebody pissed in your cornflakes.
Definitely did. Did they get cornflakes in Canada?
We get cornflakes.
Yeah, they're cornflakes. They're called cornflakes, eh? All the boot.
Wait.
Cornflakes, eh?
All right, Mr. Isaacs, what did you think of the squash match between the Guns, the Smoking Guns? I'm just one going to call them from now on. The Smoking Guns and the Varsity Blondes.
Guys, I'm going to be totally honest with you. On my side. This match started.
Yeah,
I looked down at my phone.
Yeah, it was
up, and instantly Billy Gunn was in the ring celebrating. I was like, "What the hell just happened?" I literally didn't even see it.
Same thing happened to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like I literally didn't even see the finish. What did that even last a minute? Like what was that? That
like,
was crazy.
I had to I had to wait for it to refresh on Twitter just so, because one of our questions was who will take the loss in this match, and I was just like, well, I've missed the entire match now, so I'm waiting for it to refresh on Twitter, which Twitter was way behind this time for one.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh man.
And you know what? AEW for once didn't show the instant replay.
Yeah.
Because they
used it, they didn't show it.
It quietly reminds me of back in the day when you would wait months and then you use your fresh, hard-earned money to buy a Mike Tyson pay-per-view for Mike Tyson to punch him out in 13 seconds. That's what this was like.
First-time viewer.
Hey, Sailor Mars, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Yeah, it reminds me of the early Mike Tyson fights when he just beat the living bejesus out of someone in 15 seconds. And you're like, I can't believe we paid $50 for this. But
Peter McNeely, he never did recover.
Yeah, I think it's also AEW has just proven that they're willing to do what WWE won't do with the Mysterios.
Yeah,
because we've been waiting for the Ray turn since the Seth Rollins feud. And I mean, Dominic turned since then, and it hasn't happened. But I think that this also plays into everything the Varsity Blondes have lost since then. They lost Julia. They kind of lost their mojo. They used to be the number one ranked tag team in AEW, and it's
that's right. They totally were number one at one point.
Yeah.
Right. And it wasn't that long ago, and so that descent has just been. I don't know. It's because they were number one while Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus were champions.
Yeah,
so
it's tragic. It really is.
And so I think that they're also heading we're focusing on the squash, but they're heading down their own path. I think that Pillman Jr. May be finally ready to do his breakout. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't next week's show in Ohio?
It is Cleveland.
Yeah,
so you could be foretelling something here.
I could be. That's my thing now. I'm a fourth.
You could be the crystal ball man.
Ray J has ESP psychic abilities.
Ray J has crystal balls.
All right, so let's go to so we had a couple of promos that were intersected. Death Triangle, obviously. Really good to see Pac back with his cohorts, Death Triangle. To me, they're like a dark horse. They are a dark horse for the Trios Championship.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
We kind of know how it's going to end.
Kind of, just a little.
Well, who wouldn't want to see the Bucks and their mystery opponent, their mystery partner versus Death Triangle? Yeah. I've been a fan of Pac for years, and Dragon's Gate, I loved him in Dragon's Gate. I hated how they treated him in WWE. They just shit the bed on that. But what do you guys think about Death Triangle?
I didn't mind him as king of the cruiserweights.
Enzo beat him, but I will watch the Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers 100 times.
Oh yeah.
I'd watch Pac versus Kenny Omega 100 times.
Yeah.
So you put all that together, I'm good for it.
Heck yeah.
I do like the fact, and I don't know if you guys are, how much you guys really look at stuff or how much the viewers look at stuff outside of AEW, but over the last 5 years, pretty much since Pac left WWE, there has been this like low key like jealousy storyline that's been kind of building in wrestling over the last 5 years of Pac supposedly being, I won't say jealous of Will Ospreay, but definitely peeved at the idea that Will Ospreay's been the best thing to come out of Britain or out of the UK. And that when they addressed that, I was like, that right there is the setup for me. I love that.
Pac and Ospreay going? Oh, that would be gold.
Yeah. Oh, that would be gold. Mr. Isaacs, what did you think of the Death Triangle promo?
I am excited for the possibility of them going up against the Bucks and Omega because obviously the Lucha Bros and the Bucks have absolutely great chemistry together.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not always a fan of Young Bucks matches, but when they wrestle the Lucha Bros, it's just absolutely phenomenal. It's through the roof. Amazing. Big fan of his.
It's no holds barred.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Spots perfectly hit. I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
I'd slap $50 down just to watch them wrestle for 90 minutes. Screw the rest of the guys. Let them wrestle for 2 hours. Just let them go at it. So next one is the promo we have.
What the hell?
Oh, Canada Dry. We know. Oh, yeah. What did you think, Canada Dry?
I hated it. It was bullshit. No, I'm just kidding. I just love seeing that belt finally on TV, which is like weird. It's like it's been around for like couple months and it's the first time we saw it on TV, but that's just my little point there. You could go on.
Okay, so let's talk about Jungle Boy, Christian, Luchasaurus, the love triangle. I'm going to give you my big beef on this. I hate this. I do not like it at all.
Okay, I'm going to go next right after you, okay?
Okay. I know you. Yeah. I hate this rivalry. I hate how it's been set up. I hate how it's transpired. I hate how it's come together. It's just absolute garbage. The worst feud in wrestling is just horrible. It's just horrible. Oh, nothing against Christian. Christian's a great wrestler. Jungle Boy, great wrestler. Luchasaurus, great wrestler. Throw them together. It's shit. It's just absolute the drizzling shits. Canada Dry, you go next. What do you think?
Okay, since someone pissed on your cornflakes, I'm going to put some milk on there to kind of water it down. I absolutely loved this segment. I loved it so much. I needed this segment because of the one before it. Yeah. This segment, just him coming in and just being so smug. I loved it. And trying to gaslight Jungle Boy. I just loved it so much. It was beautiful.
You and your freaking logic, Canada Dry.
Live long and prosper. There we go. Live long and prosper.
Trey J, what do you think? Whose side are you on with this this Jurassic Triangle that we're in the middle of?
So I'm gonna be on his side, but I'm gonna put a foot on yours. Okay. Look, this is a great feud. This is a great story.
Okay, what about the segment first before you talk about the feud?
Oh, okay. So as far as this segment as a whole. They gave us a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Way too much. Like they gave way too much. Like, granted, they've admitted that this is going to be, they pretty much foretold this is going to happen it all out. And it's like, you gave too much. Like if you're Christian and you've already said no, and this dude just beat you to pieces, why would you ever say yes? The revenge aspect won't even make sense. And that's why I say as a whole, this angle.
If you forget about Luchasaurus.
Right. But if you look at this, and that's the other part. That's you'd have to be Mr. Magoo to miss that coming. And how that's going to play out. But that's the problem. This angle is so overbooked that you can't like divert from that, it's gone on too long. First of all, they started it way too early. And the Luchasaurus thing, if they go a different way other than what everybody can see.
You're on my side with the foot in his. You sound like your own.
No, it's a great angle. It just started way too long. It's not a 3-month angle. It's a 5-week angle at best.
Yeah.
So, but if they divert from the path that they're on, it's gonna look really hokey. And it's not gonna build anybody the way it should be.
I agree. Mr. Isaacs, what did you think of the love triangle that we have going on in the middle of the ring?
I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I love Christian's heel promo work that he's doing in this program.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I love how he just cuts him like a knife and talks about his dad being dead and everything. I know it's crazy, but obviously he's cool with it or they wouldn't go with this. And as far as the logic behind the angle, I'm not digging it. That's the other 50% that I'm not really feeling too much. I don't like the Luchasaurus. I'm going with Christian. Now I'm back with Jungle Boy. Now we don't know what he's going to do next. Yeah. It's very convoluted and weird. And I don't like it. I like the promos.
I didn't like that they switched him back there. That was the only problem I have with that.
Yeah. So it's like you turn a guy and then like a week or two later you turn him again. And it's weird. I don't get it.
Yeah. You know what makes more sense than this convoluted love triangle? Mexican soap operas. I could sit there and watch them for hours on end. I don't speak a lick of Spanish, but by God, I'm telling you right now, less convoluted than the triple threat thing. That we have.
They take their clothes off, but they never do.
There's always a creepy clown.
Somebody's got cornflakes on.
So let's go to match number 3. We have Toni Storm versus Kaelyn King. Both looked really good. I was pleasantly surprised that I knew Kaelyn King has it in her. I know that she has the ability to do a great match. I am still kind of lukewarm about Toni Storm. I don't know how I would feel if she was AEW's women's champ. She's just, she's not good on the mic. And she's just, I don't know.
We'll let Trey J go first.
She's like playing yogurt. Damn it. She's like playing yogurt. Trey J Styles, kick it off. What do you think?
This time I'm fully on your side. Toni Storm has lost everything that was special about her.
Yeah.
It's like her look is a lot more generic. It's not even like the dark hair with the dirty blonde. It's like the dark hair is like a subsection of the blonde now. Yeah. Like her timing in the ring has not been what we were used to when she was in things like, in outside promotions in NXT UK, even in NXT to a certain extent. Yeah. It's like there is still a part of Toni Storm that I don't think ever got her confidence back from her main roster WWE run. And it's definitely affecting things because it's kind of like we really want you watch Toni Storm and you want to root for her and you want to cheer for her. You want her to succeed, but it's so hard because she's not giving you the thing that that you really want to cheer for.
Yeah.
But the match was great though. The match was solid.
Yeah, and the match was really good. So
King than Toni Storm, because Toni Storm, like I said, she's just off. And it's like the fact that Kaelyn King could readjust on the fly as much as she was, you could definitely tell that there were certain parts where it's almost like Toni Storm looks lost out there. It's like the yips or something.
Yeah, she's got the yips. Is what it's in her head. It's like the catcher from Major League Baseball 2.
Yep. Yes.
Can't throw it back to the mound. Mr. Isaacs, lay it on us, brother.
It was a solid match. I liked it. I didn't think it was anything too special. Did I hear them say that King was 6 foot tall?
Yes.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah, she's 6 foot tall.
I was going to say, if she's really 6 foot tall, that's pretty astonishing. They should probably put her on TV more often. But
and you can't teach
she
that.
Doesn't have a contract, so she was in there as a jobber.
Yep, you can't teach that.
About Toni Storm, I am a fan of hers. I like her, but there is something that works not very good. I like her look. I like her entrance and everything. She gets a decent pop from the crowd.
Yeah,
there's just something missing there. They got, and I think it'll come with time. But I do agree. I think she was a lot better back in her NXT UK days. I think that was kind of when she was at her peak.
Oh yeah. Mr. Canada Dry.
I don't want to pop too much on Tony Storm because we did it last week. But could the solution be either someone's got to turn heel out of those two? It's either got to be Tony Storm, which would do wonders for her, or as I said, Thunder Rosa turning heel would also be lovely. But one of them has to do something because they're both they're just boring.
Yeah. I agree.
Yep.
So let's go to our main event. We have, of course, La Facción de Ingobernables of Rush and Dragon Lee, brother of Rush, and Andrade de Idolo versus the Young Bucks and a mystery opponent. And when they came out, Brandon Cutler was there. He had the mask on. He had his jumpsuit on. It looked like he was going to wrestle. And then they hand to the announcer a piece of paper. He opens it up, and then everything turns blue. And sure friggin' enough, the worst kept secret debut in wrestling history. Kenny Omega's back. After 270 plus days being injured, Kenny Omega is back. The excellence of executioning. He is back. And that Winnipeg son of a bitch looked fantastic. Except for, it was weird. He was wearing a shoulder brace. And he wore a shirt. He didn't take the shirt off, which I thought was kind of weird. But the Young Bucks and Omega, they get the win. So I'm going to lay it out to Canada Dry first. Canada Dry, what were your thoughts on a returning Kenny Omega and the match?
I love the part where they said he's eating a Charleston chew. I'm like, oh, what? He likes Charleston chew. You have a Charleston chew there?
I, in fact, do.
Oh, wow.
That's right. I win the internet. What happened?
You supply Kenny Omega with his Charleston chew, damn it.
Yeah.
I thought it was the worst kept secret. We all knew it was Kenny Omega, but it was still awesome. It's like, even though it's Kenny Omega, you're just waiting still. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's MJF or someone stupid.
Just MJF with no logical reason why they would even be together.
You know what? If it was MJF, it would still be cool, actually, if it was MJF. It would still give him a pop. Like, what?
I love it. Kenny Omega is no longer wrestling. In replacement for next week, it's going to be MJF.
Someone stupid.
Someone stupid. Brian Cutler, damn it. Someone stupid. Yeah, someone stupid.
We need a someone stupid versus shirt.
Mystery opponent underneath it. Someone stupid
versus someone stupid.
So, what did you think of the match overall?
I thought it was at least a 9.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
Okay. Mr. Isaacs, what did you think of Kenny Omega coming back and the match?
Well, I mean, as soon as you saw Brandon Cutler coming out, it was like, okay, it's Kenny Omega. Let's just go ahead and skip the theatrics here. Yeah. Go ahead and get him out of here and let him do his thing. I think it's funny that Justin Roberts keeps doing the goofy, like, Michael Jordan intro. It's like, I don't think anybody in the crowd even really understands what that is.
Yeah, probably not.
And that's kind of a heelish thing.
Question. Yes, he's back.
Yeah, I mean, if this is like if he's going to be a babyface moving forward, that's kind of a heel thing. I don't know. I don't really like that. I think that's kind of silly. But I knew it was Omega. I thought the match was great. I kind of wonder if Omega's still hurt because he had the weird long sleeve shirt with the kind of the strap looking thing. I've never seen a wrestler wear that in the ring before. I don't really know what that is, but it kind of makes you wonder what his health is and if he's going to be okay moving forward.
Hey, listen, if Bailey can have sandwich pants, he can have a buckle or something up here.
Yeah, I mean, Bailey's got the PB&J on hand ready for you. And if you get hungry, attacking Bianca Belair. But yeah, I love those pants, though, by the way. I need to get me a pair of those.
Yeah, I'm searching for them. Trey J, what did you think of Kenny Omega's debut and the match itself?
So I love Kenny Omega. let's just let you know that everything that I say from this point is going to be incredibly biased. Like literally, I was in my house saying, like, I hear the battle cry under the devil's.
Great song. I love his entrance.
The one wing angel flies. Okay, that was my thing. But I got to go against Mr. Isaacs. It's the first time I'm having to do it because I really like. If I had a choice, I would love to get like a pillow made out of your voice. But I got because I love the intro. I love the Michael Jordan-esque intro that he does because he really is that good.
Yeah.
For the record, just in case you guys wanted a kinesiology lesson. So what that does is that shoulder thing, it actually restricts the motion for him. So what that is it's therapy because if you think about the way that his style was, he would, he could easily it's not that the rehab isn't done. It's a lot of times like this is to make sure it's strengthened all the way now. It's like he's still like basically working it out until, because if you've ever had like physical therapy, they do a lot of restricting your motion. So you may have 45 degrees of motion. You may have, then you work up to 60 degrees of motion, then 90 degrees of motion, and so on and so forth. So what that does is it'll probably come off, but right now they're probably like, you're healed, but we only want to trust this up to this much.
Yeah.
And of course the compression shirt that he's wearing.
Yeah.
Also a big thing because more than likely he's probably gained some weight. So he's probably trying to work that off as well. Being away for 10 months will do that for you. I mean, but as far as his in-ring, I mean, he's Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
So the things that he's able to do.
Omega.
My God. Omega. And the fact that they even played it into the story of the match. Like I said, this is still one of the best ever, if not the best storyline Dynamites ever. Like he's about to go for the dive. This person takes you out. This person takes you out. And then it's like, okay, so you don't actually get the dive that you want to see. And so you're still saving that for the big match.
Yeah.
That's when everybody's going to be like, okay.
Let's talk about what happened after the match. Was that kind of dumb? Was that pointless? Should I have saved it for another time? Like it was kind of.
Oh, them turning on Dragon Lee?
Yeah, I think it was a bit like.
No, Dragon Lee's not signed to AEW though.
Yeah.
So it's like you got this whole thing about like La Faction Ingranable, and people are gonna start expecting it unless, because don't forget, in Ring of Honor, Dragon Lee and Roosh just fought.
Yeah.
So yeah, brothers or not, but it's like, and Dragon Lee has a huge following.
Yeah. Giant.
You think that this had to happen now because he doesn't have a contract?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see him take out the kid in the front row?
Yes.
He did that to Christina and took out that poor kid. I heard her say, "Mommy."
It was pretty awesome. Anytime you can get audience participation at a wrestling match by taking out an entire row of people is always going to be okay in the JFP's
popper for sure.
I'm just saying, like I see somebody, I see a giant man flying through the air. I move. Like I'm not going to sit there and wait for Superman to land.
I'm just going to hold out like this and just have him and cradle him like a baby. That's what I do.
Cradle him and hold him.
Cradle him.
I will hold him and cuddle him and call him my own.
So here's the thing I don't understand. It's obvious that, here's Kenny Omega. He's high-fiving the audience as he's walking into the ring. He doesn't have the heelish tendencies, but he comes out with Don Callis. What in the hell? Don Callis is a heel manager. We all know who Don Callis is. That guy is just crooked. And he comes out with Don Callis.
Well, maybe Don Callis is turning face too.
No, Don Callis is definitely going to join Adam Cole. I'm saying it now.
Okay.
But we gotta build up to that though. We gotta have.
So he's going to betray them eventually.
Yeah, he's got to betray him. Like that's the only way this story works. Like Adam Cole has to take everything from them. And then that's how Kenny Omega, that's how we know we get the final, that huge Kenny Omega match. So it's gonna be big.
I like it.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being drizzling shits, 5 being greatest Wednesday Dynamite I've ever seen. 1 to 5. Canada Draw, you go first. How many? 4. Okay.
I took the one off for the ass boys there.
It's a squash match from hell.
Yeah.
Mr. Isaacs, 1 to 4 or 1 to 5.
4 because of Danielson Garcia.
Yeah.
What do you give it?
4.
Yeah.
4.
Mr. Trey J Styles, number 1 pick in AFW.
Make sure you guys vote for me for the Effie, so I'm there. 4.5, definitely. I think I loved I loved a lot about this. I love the fact that a lot of stories got moved, especially like the week after Eric Bischoff trashed AEW for not having stories, and it's kind of like, oh, they were like, hold my beer, and they gave us like a lot of things that are going to be able to move forward. And did you guys catch the reference to the Pinnacle when FTR and Wardlow were together? Like, nobody messes with the Pinnacle, and I was like, they brought it back.
Yeah.
So it's like is it just a part-time thing, or is it?
Well, I don't know, but as long as they're together, I guess the Pinnacle's still alive. So.
Yeah. So. All right, I'm gonna go with the most unpopular opinion of them all. I'm gonna go 3, and here's the reason why. The squash match with the guns was horrible. The whole Christian thing, like I said, convoluted at best. Like, it exists in the mist world where you just can't see through the fog. So I gave it 3 out of 5. Holy cow! And then Canada Dry hated that opinion so much he just got off of the freaking. He's like, "Screw this! I'm out of here, you poutine eating bastards!" All right, so
he was the host.
There he is. He's back. There he is, right there. That son of a bitch, right there, right next to me.
I froze. I was frozen. It was cold.
It's cold. All right, so we are done with this episode. I overall not a bad show. Easily predictable. I expect to retain my DTW championship. In which case, I will bring it into season whatever number we're at as your DTW champion. You can go to our website, effingwrestling.com. If you scroll down to the very bottom, we have all the social media links. One of those links opens you into a world of prediction fantasy where you get to predict the outcomes of the matches. You have your DTW champion, Trey J Styles, down there. We all know he is a number 1 draft pick, Canada Dry, head of TDS. Mr. Isaacs, I'm sure at some point me and you will go to battle. I only wish you but the best, but I got bad news for you. You're going to lose. All right, so on that note, go to our website, effingwrestling.com. You can go if you want to get a T-shirt. I don't have one, but he does. Or you can get that shirt, the OG Gorillas, baby. Yes. All you need to do is go to prowrestlingtees.com/effing where you can get all of your effing wrestling shirts. Don't go to Etsy Tees because it's not real. They're stealing
our logo.
They're stealing money out of my mouth. They're stealing food out of my kids' mouths, bastards.
And you guys have seen my kids, so
heck yeah.
So this Sunday, we will be giving away the autographed Badass with a Great Ass shirt.
Yes.
We're going to give that away this Sunday.
Yep.
And I guess that's our show.
Yeah.
So remember, just keep fighting.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effingwrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effingwrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.